So good morning. Okay, so our topic for today is the Newton's second law of motion. So I have a few, I think that was two recorded discussion coming from last year. So ginawa namin yung last year. Uh, Diniscuss ko doon yung concept ng Newton's second law of motion and then nagbigay ako ng mga problem involving the rectilinear motion and then yung erratic motions, the constant acceleration, etc. So those are simple problems. Today, we will be focusing more on the more complex problem involving yung mga parabolic motion and absolute dependent motion analysis. So, disclaimer lang before I proceed with the discussion, medyo hindi clear yung aking boses because of my uh, sakit ngayon. So, please, tiisin na lang muna natin. Okay? So, for sample problem number 5, sabi dito, a 40-pound suitcase slides from rest 20 feet down the smooth ramp. So determine the point where it strikes the ground at C and how long does it take to go from A to C. So basically, meron daw tayong suitcase na ang bigat or ang weight niya is 40 pound and then it travels 20 feet on a smooth ramp. Kung smooth yung ramp, remember this one, if this is smooth, smooth means there is no friction. Okay? So if there is no friction, therefore there is no force opposing the motion. Okay? So if we do the free body diagram of this suitcase, so simplihan ko na lang. Actually, pwede yata dito. Try ko na lang i-zoom. And then, makakapagsalat pa ako dito. Hindi. Okay, so dito na lang sa gilid. So, drawing ko na lang ulit sa gilid or dito sa space na. Okay? So, if we do the block or the suitcase here, meron tayong weight na nag-a-act downwards. Ang weight po is always vertical. Okay? Lagi yang pababa. Okay? And since we have a surface here, there will be a normal force. Magkakaroon ng normal force dito. May madidevelop na normal force. Okay? Sabi nga din ni Newton, in every action, there is an equal or opposite reaction. Okay. Since naka-inclined yung ating surface, even yung ating object, it is much easier to analyze this using a rotated axis. So, ang gagawin natin is we will rotate the axis. So, ito yung magiging Y at ito yung magiging X. Yung axis na to is parallel doon sa surface. Okay? The next thing we need to do is to identify the direction of the motion. So, in this case, isa lang naman yung direction ng motion. Pababa lang. This is the direction of our acceleration. Okay? And the angle of this from your statics, we know that or we have proven that this is equivalent to 30 degrees also. Okay? Since ni-rotate lang natin yung axis. Okay? So we have now completed the free body diagram. Okay? In the conventional method, we have to first solve for the normal force. Okay? Kasi if there is a friction countering the motion, kailangan mo ng normal force. Bakit? Kasi friction is equivalent to the coefficient of friction multiplied by the normal force. So you have to solve for the normal force first. In this case, wala naman tayo friction since smooth yung ramp natin. So there will be no force countering the direction of the motion. So, pwede na tayo mag-proceed sa equation of motion on the x direction, which is going downward. And sabi ni Newton, the summation of forces or the net force is equivalent to the mass multiplied to the acceleration on that direction. Okay? So, what are the net force acting on this one? Ano yung net force na nag-act dito? So, isa lang naman yung force na nagko-cause sa kanya to go down along the x direction. Itong weight, okay? Yung weight na yan, since naka-incline, there will be a component on x and then on y. So, ano yung component on x? This will be W since yung ating angle is measured from the vertical. So, and we want the horizontal component, this will be sine or the opposite. Sine 30 degrees. And that is equal to the mass multiplied by the acceleration on that direction. So let us substitute the given values. So first we have the W. The weight of the object is 40 pounds. Sine 30 degrees. That is equal to the mass. The mass will be 40 over 32.2. Okay? Yung pound po is a unit of weight or a unit of force. This is not a unit of mass. Ang mass natin in English ay slugs. Okay? For a while. And then, we have here the acceleration on x. So as you can see here, pwede natin tanggalin si 40 because they are common on the both sides of our equation. So ax now is equivalent to 32.2 sine 30 degrees. Actually, sine 30 is 1/2 already. So this will be 16.1 feet per seconds. This is now the acceleration of x. Pero that is not the question. The question again is to determine the r as well as the time going from here, from here, point A up to point C. Now, bakit importante si A, x? Because at this point, yung ating motion coming from a rectilinear motion, magiging projectile motion. So we have to determine the velocity at this point of the projectile. Okay? So AX will be a crucial part for determining the projectile. Bakit? Since we have a constant acceleration here, as you can see, 16.1, our constant acceleration, we can determine the final acceleration of this point using the equations of kinematics. Okay? So, sabi natin, sa constant motion, pwede natin gamitin yung tatlong equation. Position as a function of time, velocity as a function of time, velocity as a function of position. So those three equations. Since we have to find V here, we have to analyze the problem again. Sabi dito, merong importante ditong sinabi. So sabi dito, yung ating daw suitcase nag-start from rest. Therefore, the initial velocity is equivalent to 0. Okay? And nag-travel ng 20 feet. So from initial position, nakarating siya ng distance na 20 feet. So here we have velocity as well as position and we also have acceleration. So ano yung pwede natin gawin? Okay? Hindi pa natin makukuha exactly yung ating final velocity dahil wala tayo time. Okay? Sabi kasi natin, ano pa yung three equations ng ating kinematics? First is yung V is equal to VO. If I'm not mistaken, that is plus 80 acceleration times time. Then we have S is equal to SO plus VOT plus 1/2 AT squared. And then we have V squared is equal to VO squared, okay, minus 2, sorry, 2, the constant acceleration S minus SO. So this is the velocity as a function of time, the position as a function of time, and then this is the velocity as a function of position. So here we cannot solve, actually we can now solve for the final velocity, pero kailangan din kasi natin yung time coming from point A to point B, and then the time from B to C. So kunin muna natin yon using this one. Okay? Paano? So here we substitute the value. Sabi natin, using this one, this equation. So here, let's proceed to the next, ano na nga lang. Balikan ko lang yung nakuha natin. AX is 16.1 feet per second squared. So kunin muna natin yung time it takes to travel from point A to B. So from point A to B, sabi natin the equation that we were going to use is S is equal to SO plus BOT plus 1/2 AT squared. Our S is 20 feet, so we have here 20. Our initial position is assumed to be at 0, plus the initial velocity, since from rest, this is also 0, multiplied by T, okay, plus 1/2 ng 16.1 times T squared. Here we can now solve for T. And be mindful that yung time na mako-compute natin is the time for it to travel from point A to B. So TAB. Our TAB here will be equal to 1.576 feet. Sorry. This is time, so seconds. Sorry. Next, how about the velocity at point B? So the velocity of point B, we can solve that using the first equation here. So instead of the third one, the second. So sige, kunin natin. The final velocity is equal to VOT, okay? Or sorry, VO minus plus AT. Okay? So our final velocity is unknown. Our VO is 0. Our acceleration is 16.1. Our time to reach point B is 1.576. Therefore, the velocity is equivalent to 25.374 feet per second. This is the velocity at point B. Now, you can also counter-check using the other equation. So sabi natin, VV squared is equal to VA squared minus plus 2. Sorry, the minus is for the projectile. This should be plus 2 times the acceleration s minus s of. So the final velocity is, so VA squared is 0 plus 2 times 16.1 times 8, that is 20 minus 0. So VV is okay, we go back to, so dito ko na lang ilalagay our VV using this equation will be square root of, so 25.377. There is a slight discrepancy because of the rounding off sa time, pero nevertheless, pareho pa rin ang makukuha yan. Okay? So let's use this one. Okay, or this one, even, kahit alin naman, again, rounding off lang yung discrepancy na yan. If we will not round this off, therefore, we can determine exactly as this. Okay? So, makukuha natin ito. Since we have the velocity, papasok na tayo ngayon sa projectile motion. So, yung projectile motion ng ating body is magiging ganito. This is 4 feet. Yung height, magta-travel papunta dito, where this one up to here is the range. Okay? Since we have the velocity equivalent sa 25.377, okay, we can now compute for the range. Sir, ano yung angle? Yung angle, syempre, mare-retain yung 30 degrees. 30 degrees pa rin ito. Okay, angle dito. Okay, this is still 30 degrees. Okay? So, let's apply the equations that we use on the projectile motion. So analyzing the trajectory, unahin natin yung vertical motion. Okay. Sir, bakit hindi natin kinuha yung horizontal motion? Kasi yung equation natin sa horizontal motion ng projectile motion is dependent on time. Since wala tayong time from B to C, we have to first determine the time it takes for it to drop. Okay? So, ganun muna. So, okay. So, ano yung gagamitin natin dito? We can use the function of position. Sabi natin, y is equal to yo plus voyt, okay, minus 1/2 gt squared. Okay? So ito lagi yung natatandaan ko, kaya pagdating sa kinematics, sa constant acceleration, medyo nalilito ko sa plus minus. Ito kasi yung natandaan ko. Okay? So our y here is the final position. If this is our reference, therefore our y is at negative 4. And our initial position is 0 plus VOY, since our velocity rather is 25.377, okay, VOY will be sine, pero take note, the angle is measured below the horizontal. Therefore, this should be negative 30 degrees. Dito maraming namamali. Nakakalimutang ilagay yung negative 30 degrees. Pagka vertical motion, importante na ito ay may negative. Multiplied by the time it takes from B to C minus 1 half. Our acceleration is 32.2 times TBC squared. Here you can solve for TBC equivalent to, let me try, negative 4 alpha equals 25.377 x sine negative 70 plus or minus 1 half ng 32.2 times alpha squared shift. So, we have here TBC is equivalent sa 0.241 seconds. Okay? Since meron na tayong TBC at meron tayong TAB, we can now solve for the time it takes from point A to C, which is 1.576 seconds plus 0.241 seconds, which will give us 1.817 seconds. Okay, this is the answer for the second question. Now, for the first question, we can use, dito ko na lang siguro ilalagay, the horizontal motion. Sorry, medyo hindi kumasya. Humaba ito. Okay, so for the horizontal motion, sabi natin, x is equal to xo, so nagmukhang b, x is equal to xo plus boxt. So wala na itong kasunod kasi sabi natin kapag horizontal motion ng projectile, Pox is constant, therefore the acceleration at is zero. So kung gusto mo ilagay, pwede naman. 1 half a x t squared. Ayun nga lang, this is zero. Okay? So our x here is the range. Our initial position is zero. Our initial velocity on x is 25.377. Okay, cosine negative 30 degrees multiplied by the time. The time is na-compute na natin, 0.241. Therefore, our R here is 25.377 cosine. We have here range equivalent to 5.296. Okay, so this is our answer for this problem. Medyo mahaba pero okay lang.